Howdy, my name is Colby Gonzalez. I'm a student here at Texas A&M, and this is my self-introduction speech for my speech class online. When I walk into a room, the first thing people usually notice is my red hair. When I was younger, it used to bother me a little bit, and usually it would get me into trouble. I think in order to make a good impression on the class and with my professor, I will introduce myself and my life story by introducing my past, my present, and my future. First, I'd like to share with you where I came from. I come from a city down south in south of Texas. It's Laredo, where the ethnicity is mostly Hispanic, 99% of the time. Although I am half Hispanic, I look a little bit different than everybody, and because of those differences, I think that shaped a lot of my character. But even though I overcame those differences, I still kept true to the culture. I was pushed by my parents very early on to go to a major university. Nobody in my family had ever gone to a university on this kind of scale. Because of that, I was interested in going into the University of Texas. After visiting the University of Texas, I found out it wasn't for me, and actually took another road trip down the road to College Station, where I fell in love with the school, I fell in love with the people, and decided that that was the place for me. Now, when I got here, it wasn't as easy as just picking the school. I had to pick a major, and I had to pick what I wanted to do with my life, and that was a little bit difficult. And because of that, I stumbled around and may have not made all the right choices, but since I was the first in my family, I think that I did it all right. But when I got here, I learned just how different I was. Again, the culture here in College Station is a lot different from that of Laredo, and I had to, again, get past the differences of my culture that I learned and start adapting to the culture here. Now I'd like to shift to the present, since I am here in College Station. Since here, like I said, I struggled with classes, I struggled with life decisions, I struggled with a lot of things, but persevered and overcame them. Like I said, to reiterate that I'm the first person to go to a major university, so I kind of was the trailblazer. Since then, a lot of my family has come up to this university and have started their academic careers and are leading successful lives. I've retaken classes. I've learned a lot of hard lessons as to what I need to do. I think those have shaped my character as far as that. And now I am set to graduate in May 2014 and begin the next chapter of my life. Looking towards the future, after I graduate, I hope to be successful in my career and other facets of life. Hopefully I'll have a good job in my field, which is engineering technology. Going back a little bit to the past, I didn't have a very good background in engineering, so when I picked that major, it kind of, I had to play a lot of catch up as compared to other people who had had a better high school education. Once I have that done, I plan to pay back my debts to my lenders for supporting me here at this university, and also to my family for all their support. In closing, many things factor into what makes a person, their past, their present, their future. I think that those things actually define a person and shape the way that they approach every problem that they encounter in their life. A lot of my friends are actually in the audience right now, and they can attest to coming from a small city like Laredo and coming to a major university and how they feel about it. I think that all my experiences combined from my past and present and future is what defines me, and I'll leave you with that. And I'd like to thank you, and I'd like to thank my audience for participating in my speech. I'll let it pan around. Our lovely cameraman, Carlos. Gonzalez over there in the back. And I'd like to thank you for your attention and my introduction.